Well, no, actually, we're going to start with 3 ohms. And at the end of the ohming, I'm going to invite you to just feel the vibration as it passes through the body. And then set your intention of what you're thankful for. Okay? So, hands on your knees. We're going to take 3 deep breaths, and then we'll bring our hands up to prayer and So take a nice deep breath in, fill the lungs all the way to the bottom. Exhale it out. Feel those sit bones anchor into the earth. Nice deep breath in. Exhale it out. This time, hands come up, inhaling it up. Exhaling down to your heart. Nice deep inhale to Om. So on the next inhale, inhale your hands up overhead, letting the hands come apart, feeling the energy capture in between the palms of the hands. So as if you're holding a ball of energy, or perhaps catching the sunshine as it comes down through the crown of the head. Bringing those ears back over your shoulders. And imagine that there's a line of energy coming all the way through your fingertips, down your arms, down the side of your bodies, anchoring down into the sit bones. Take a nice deep breath in. Exhaling, reaching up and over with the right hand, all the way over, letting that left hand fall down to the earth. Nice deep reach. Find your breath, spin that heart open. Imagine that that channel of energy is now coming from the heart to the sky, breathing into it. Remembering to anchor down into both hips. Find your breath. On the next inhale, inhaling, bringing those hands back up overhead, and exhaling the other direction. Remembering to keep that pelvic floor engaged, spinning that heart open, growing long in the crown, anchoring down through those sit bones, feeling that lateral opening. So almost as if somebody's coming beside you and lifting up underneath that arm to just open up that side body. Breathe into it. Nicely done. Inhaling, coming back to center. Exhaling, engage that pelvic floor. Twisting to the right. First going to the right. Letting that back hand encourage the twist. Twisting into it. Dropping out of the shoulders. Finding your breath, going long in the crown. And then really follow the breath. As you inhale, grow tall. As you exhale, twist a little deeper. If you're at your edge, back off your edge. Inhale, grow tall. Twist up to your edge. So there's just this little bit of a circle movement, kind of around the spine. Inhaling, grow tall. Exhaling, twisting into it. Sometimes it's an energetic presence versus an actual movement. Double check that belly button. Where is it? Draw it back and lift it up. On the next inhale, release the hands, inhaling them back up, all the way up. Capture that ball of energy. Take a nice long inhale. Take a deep inhale. Exhale, twisting it the other way. It gives you a chance to re-engage that pelvic floor, re-engage the twist. Drop out of the shoulders. Twisting into it, looking over your shoulder. Dropping all the way down. Breathing into it. Everybody quit breathing at the same time. Find your breath. Nice long inhale, nice long exhale. Find that little circle movement. Inhaling, growing long out of the crown. Exhaling, twisting into it. Inhaling, growing long through the crown. Exhaling, twisting a little bit deeper. One more time. Nicely done. Inhaling, releasing it out, releasing those arms. Exhaling, swan dive forward. When you meet resistance, hang out there. Hinging at the hips, growing long in the back, leading with the heart. Noticing, where's the resistance? Is it in the low back? Is it in the shoulders? Is it in the hips? Doesn't matter, just notice. Bring your breath to where the resistance is. Two more deep breaths. Occasionally today you're going to hear me go quiet. It's because I'm focusing on my breath also. Nicely done. Inhaling, coming up, growing nice and tall. If you're on a blanket, slide off your blanket. Coming into a deeper, easy pose if it's available. If it's not available, stay in easy pose, taking a hold of your ankles and just letting your legs drop down. Let this be the pose. Bring the bottom leg under you. And now cross the top leg. There you go. Are we tight in the hips today?
Always.
Maybe a little bit. So be mindful. Some of you are going to look like this, and that's okay. The trick here is to let the knees fall open, okay? Because where the work is in this is opening the hip of the top leg. Although you are also opening the hip of the bottom leg. Nicely done. Two more breaths. Keep growing tall. Don't lose it in the pelvic floor. And release it out. Okay, bring both feet to standing next to each other. Give yourself a big hug, grow tall, and then open those feet wide into cobbler's pose. Notice where can you draw your feet into to let the hips fall open. So for some, it's going to be out here. Go further away so that the knees can lower. Especially in men. Men are built different than women. So men are built to run and women are built to birth. So we have an easier time of opening up our pelvic girdle is made to open our knees so that we can give birth. Men are made to run fast so they can hunt and gather. They need to get back to that, right? Grow up nice and tall. Exhale, lean forward. Just a little bit. So it's interesting in my back, I can feel this right at the base of my spine, right at the top of that big bone, the sacrum. So I'm going to just breathe into it and then exhale forward a little bit and see if I can let go through the hips. So where is your resistance? Breathe into it, back out of it a little bit, and then lean into it. And honor where you are. Nicely done. Inhaling, coming up. So do you remember which leg was on bottom first? Put the other one underneath. And then bring the other one over top. Oh, hello. That's just a little moan from me, so. Moaning's allowed. Breathe into it. Let the hip soften, let that knee drop down. It's okay that you don't have it crossed over your leg, just let it soften. What is one thing you can let go of? Maybe put your hand on top of your knee to say, this is the direction we're going. Yes. So it's really interesting, some of these hip openers we haven't done in a long time, how tight we get in our hips. And it's really interesting, keep breathing, how when our hips get too tight, how we have a tendency to clench our jaw. Yes. So open that jaw, open that hips. We're gonna have nice, loose, swingy hips. That keeps us young. And then release it out. Nicely done. We're moving right into tabletop. Shake it out before you move. You okay over there?
No, that hurts my left knee.
Okay, well then don't do it. If it hurts your knee, don't do it. So it's an interesting phenomenon though, that what is hurting the knee is likely the IT band is pulled so tight. So we can address that in a different way later on. Bring those eyes of the elbows to facing each other. We're coming into a full tabletop. Now, I learned something new the other day, so I'm gonna teach you guys. This is some core work here. We're gonna lift up through the pelvic floor and then draw your belly button back to your spine. And then almost as if, okay, it's such a subtle movement. I'm gonna see if you can see it. It's almost as if you're gonna go into cat, but you're not. Now, the intention is to tighten all the muscles around your waist. So the way it was taught to me was you kind of, lift up through the pelvic floor, but the upper body kind of bears down as if you were going to go to the bathroom. So you know how you tighten all the muscles right around your waist here. So it's kind of this sort of movement, okay? You see I did that? So as if I'm coming around to put my hands around you, this is a deep, deep core movement. Lift here, right here. So it's nothing here, it's all right here. There you go, right there, good. So right around your waist, as if I'm putting my hands on you and taking that belly, lifting it up, drawing those side waist muscles in. Remember to breathe. We have a tendency to hold our breath when we do this. So belly button up. There you go, out of your shoulders. And this is such a powerful movement. We're gonna be here for about 10 slow breaths. There you go. Good job. Soften out of your shoulders. When the shoulders wanna come into play, you have to soften out of it. So you can actually have the ability to work the lower body, softening the upper body. Somebody counting the breaths, I think we're at 5. 4 more. 3. 2 more. And last one, release it, come right into tabletop. So see how tabletop is different? It's about a 1-inch movement is all. Lengthening through the crown, let's drop down into cow. Open that midsection up. Exhaling up into cat. Dropping down into cow. Opening up into cat. One more time. All the way down into cow. All the way up into cat. And then coming right back into normal tabletop. And lengthen through that right leg. Point that toe. Bring that left hand into it. Long line of energy. Right here, balance. Engage that core. So apply everything that we did where we draw the belly button up to the spine and then up to the heart. Engage that pelvic floor, lengthen through the crown, lengthen through the tail. Nice long line of energy, find your breath. And lower down that hand, lower down that leg. 3 cat-cows, drop down into it, inhaling down, looking up, long inhale. Exhaling up into cat. Inhaling down into cow. Exhaling up into cat. Really use that pelvic floor. Inhaling down into cow. Exhaling up into cat. Inhaling long through the crown, long through the tail. Lengthen through that left leg. Now we're just switching to the other side. Point that toe. Right arm. Long line of energy. Here it is. Get them up. Make them even. Bring that pelvic floor up. Bring that belly button up. Imagine that I'm coming around and reminding you where that belly button is. Oh, feel the strength there. You got it? Letting go. Good job. Imagine that I'm coming around and I'm putting my hand just underneath your tummy by where your belly button is. And I'm lengthening, helping you lengthen and lift. Feel the power. Feel the strength. Lowering that hand down, lowering that knee down. 3 cat-cows. Remember to look up when you do a cat. Remember to look all the way down when you do a cat. So this is kind of an undulation of the entire spine. From the tip of the tail up the spine, clear to the top of the head. Exhaling all the way out. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling back into regular tabletop right here. This time we're going to add some voice to it. We're going to lengthen through the right leg, lengthen through the left arm. Establish this. Engage the pelvic floor, belly button up. Draw the elbow into the knee. Add a ha to it. Starting slow. Ha, 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 ha. Pick it up. Ha. Get rid of what you don't need. Ha, ha, ha. Remember to keep that core engaged. Ha, ha, ha. Faster. Ha, 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 ha. 3 more. Ha, ha, ha. Lengthen it out. Strong, strong, strong. Left hand comes down. Knee comes down. Open the knees, sink it back. Connect that forehead, connect that third eye to the earth. What can you let out of your mind? Pour it out, everything. Pour everything out. It doesn't matter whether you need it or not. Open that trash bin. Open the lid of the trash can. Pour everything out. I promise you, the universe will give you back what you need. Let it out. Inhaling, rising back up, reestablishing that tabletop. Let's have 3 cat-cows, dropping down, inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Coming right back into tabletop. Reestablish your tabletop. Fingers are spread wide. The elbows are facing each other. Core is engaged. Lift that belly button up. Lift it up. Lift it high. Let that pelvic floor be strong. Pour into your right knee. Lengthen through the left knee. Lengthen through the right arm. Here it is. We're going to move with it. Exhale. Hot out. Ha. 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 What else can you let go of? Ha. Ha. Pick it up. Ha. 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 3 more. Ha. 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 Lengthen it out. Lower that hand down. I guess we had less to get rid of on that side. That was a little shorter. Open those knees wide. Sink it all the way back. Open that forehead. Sink it back. How far can you go? Sink it down. Can you squash down to the floor? Like that technical term, squashing down. Open that third eye. Pour out the judgment. Pour out the guilt. Pour out the criticism. Pour out everything. Nicely done. Inhaling, rising back up. Finding that tabletop one more time. Elbows facing each other. Pelvic floor in. 3 cat-cows. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling down. Exhaling up. Inhaling right into regular tabletop. Re-engage that core. Take a nice deep inhale. Curl the toes under. Lift that tail up into downward facing dog. Soften the knees, because this is our first hamstring opener. Exhale into that right foot. Inhale up. Exhale into the left foot. Walking the dog. Begin to feel the hamstrings open. Make sure you've let go of your head. No tension in that neck. No tension. Shake it, yes. Shake it, no. Keep walking those feet. Look good. Tails looking to the sky. Keep going. Walking your dog. Slow it down. If you're running your dog, slow it down to a walk. Yes. Tabletop is always an option. You can do the same thing from tabletop. Okay? Okay. Inhaling up under your toes. Exhaling all the way back into your heels. Let that tail go to the sky. Now, it's okay if your heels don't touch. No problem. Find your breath. Knowing that child's pose is accessible to everyone. Knowing that you can also work from downward facing dog. Actually, you can do it from tabletop. So on the next inhale, lift that right foot up, drop that left heel down, spin that hip open, give a little bit of love into the psoas. A little bit of a twist here, so make sure your core is engaged. Inhale, straighten out that leg, point the toe, reestablish that core, and exhale that foot all the way up in between your hands. Help it if you need to. Coming into high lunge, we're going to just have 3 breaths here. If you want your blocks, you can get them. We're not going to be here very long. Sinking down. Step that back foot in a half a step. Engage that core. You can walk yourself up, helping yourself, or you can rise straight up into Virabhadrasana 1. Now, it's important that you sink into that front knee, opening to that little toe. Now, as you open to the little toe, make sure that your heart is facing forward. I'm going to walk around and check everybody and make sure that you're sinking into that knee. Yeah, good job. And trust that the knee is there. Spin it open here. And then sink, 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 sink. There it is. Breathing into it. Find your breath. Smile. We're going to be happy warriors. Happy, joyful, thankful warriors. Woohoo! Breathing into it. Inhale. Lift long through those fingertips and then open up into warrior 2. So, as you make that movement, make sure that knee is still traveling to the little toe. Make sure that you're sinking down into that quad. That's where my work is, building the quads. Inhaling, sliding across the body, elbow to the knee. Lift that arm just straight up right here. Keep sinking. Where's that strength in getting your power underneath you? Sink into that knee. Sink into it. I'm saying that, everybody, for me. Inhale, lifting up, keeping warrior 2. You have to come out of it because your leg's tired too, but then sink back into it. And then sink back into dancing warrior. Nice, long warrior. Now, even though you're coming back, you're still sinking into that knee. Sink into that knee. There you go. Feel the quad. Feel that knee head to the little toe. Open that Spin that open. There you go, you're safe. Your legs will support you. You're safe. Lift through that core. Lift through the heart. Beautiful. Looks really good. Keep breathing. Dancing warrior. If your arm is tired, you can give it a break, but come back to it. Inhale, coming back into warrior two, right here. Sink straight down. Get out of your shoulders. Make sure warriors in the future, come back to the present. Warriors in the past, come back to the present. Draw yourself straight over, sink straight down, open that knee. You can do it. Trust that it's there. Find your breath. Inhale, slide across your body again. Anchor down, elbow to knee. Bring this hand all the way up over your ear. Long side body stretch. Nicely done. There it is. Inhale, bring that hand back up all the way behind you. This time, as it comes behind you, open that shoulder. Sink into your knee and work into a twist. Find your breath. Can everybody feel their quads? Oh, yes. All right, we're almost finished here. Inhaling, coming up. Coming out of that, spinning both feet to face whatever direction you're facing. Exhaling, straight forward, hands come to the earth. Anchor back in those hips. Engage that pelvic floor. So walk those hands out so they're directly underneath your shoulders. So we're kind of in this wide angle standing tabletop. Lengthen through your crown. We're going to cat-cow it. So it's kind of more challenging because our legs are open. So it's not going to be as big of a movement. Inhale, look up. Exhale, tuck in the chin. Cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. One more time. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat. Okay. Walk those hands back in. Let your head travel as far down as it'll go. It may or may not touch the floor. Make sure you're spinning your knees open to the little toes to maintain the integrity of the strength of the legs. 3 more breaths. Last one, all the way through. Pour everything you don't need right out of the top of your head. Engage that pelvic floor, and then bring yourself back up to 5-pointed star. There it is. Palms are down so that the energy from the palms can create a nice little energetic post to set your hands on. That's what I always imagine. That the energy on the outside of on the bottom underneath my hands is supporting my arms up, dropping out of the shoulders. You no longer have to shoulder it yourself. Soften out of it. Nicely done. Spin that other foot open, which my other foot happens to be my left foot. Sink down into warrior two. There it is. Right there it is. What's happening in the toes? Are you clenching the earth? I am. Slide across the body, elbow down, hands straight up. Just straight up. Sink a little lower. Everybody trust that that knee is going to support you. Tuck that tail just a little bit. Tuck it. You can walk this foot out a little bit. There you go. Now sink and let this go this way. Got it? Okay, good job. Looks so good. Everybody looks so good. Looks good at home too. Keep breathing. Keep sinking into that left leg. You might find that you have one side that is stronger than the other side. You might find that you have one side that maybe inhaling, lifting up is talks to you more than one side. Coming back into warrior two, lifting out of it, sinking down, inhaling all the way back into dancing warrior. Open the inside. You're going to feel this in the inside of the back leg because you're going to keep sinking into that knee. Keep sinking. Don't lose the opening. Yeah, good job. Good adjustment. So keep opening that knee to the little toe. There you go, good. Soften the toes. All these, whoa, hello, am I dizzy? Yes. All these little teeny micro movements. Breathing into it, sinking, engaging that pelvic floor, going long in the crown. Two more breaths. Inhaling, coming back to warrior two. Sink down into it again. Open that knee. Engage that pelvic floor. Honestly, if you lift through the pelvic floor and draw that belly button back and lift through your crown, that's where it's the physics of holding. Know that if you need a break, child's pose is always accessible. Sliding across the body, elbow down. This time the hand's going to come clear up and over. Nice long line of energy. Let it go clear, arm next to your ear, lengthen through your crown. Keep sinking in that knee, opening it up. Three more breaths. Nicely done. Inhaling that hand up. Spin it behind you all the way back around. Are you still sinking into that leg? Mine is screaming at me. So if you have to come out of it for a second to give yourself a little break and go back into it, that's okay. Look up over your shoulder, make that twist complete. Nicely done. Inhaling that hand back up overhead. Exhale, inhale, lift yourself up, draw yourself out of that leg. Spin those feet both forward, coming into five-pointed star. Feet come parallel with the mat. Engage that pelvic floor, drop straight forward. Walk those hands out so that they're right underneath your shoulders. Inhale, drop down into cow. Look up, tailbone up. Exhale, up into cat. So this is not as dynamic of a move as if we're on the tabletop, but it still releases those erector spinae muscles. Those are the muscles that run down each side of the spine. Inhaling, dropping down. Exhaling all the way up. One more time, inhaling down. Exhaling up. Walk those hands back. Head is down. Spin those knees open. Nicely done. Three more breaths. Notice on the exhale that you can sink a little bit lower. Last one. Nice long inhale, exhale. Nicely done. Inhaling, hands come to your waist, coming up. You can hop or you can walk your feet in. Whatever works in your body. How you doing? Okay. Coming back to standing. If you're facing your back to me, you might turn around just so that you can see what we're doing next. Bringing those feet into mountain pose. So double check, the bony parts underneath, right here, the ASIS. Make sure your second toe, like if you were to draw a line down, that's where it is. Spin those knees open, engage that pelvic floor, lift up through the belly button, lifting through the heart, hands come down, full mountain. Close your eyes, check in. What is one thing you can let go of? Oh, maybe I could let go of my glutes. Okay. Because my pelvic floor is supporting me, my glutes don't have to anymore. Softening out of the shoulders. Taking a break. Good work, everyone. So gently soften your gaze into the room. We're going to pour first into the right foot, headed into tree pose. So your choice today, what you do with your arms. We're going to do this twice. So if once you want to do with on your waist, you may, or if you want to go straight into hands overhead, you may. So find your balance in tree. Remember the leg can go as high or as low as you want, just don't anchor it on your knee, okay? Engage that pelvic floor. I'm gonna grow quiet. Lock in on a dristi. Three more breaths. Exhale out of your arms. Step out of your tree. Nicely done. Shake out that leg. Give it some space. It's working in a way it hasn't worked in a while. If you need to give yourself a circle in the hip, hips are circle joints. And then find your mountain, reestablish your mountain. Anchor in, find your dristi. Engage that pelvic floor. And then when you're ready, pour into the left foot. Find your tree. Three more breaths. If you're taking a break, rejoin us for the last two. Inhale, exhaling, stepping out of tree. Give that left leg some love. Circle it around. You can let your arms come down if you want, but you don't have to. All right, so we're gonna do all of that again. This time we're gonna hold it for, I don't know how many breaths, but a length of time. And so as I'm going to just turn, but you guys stay however you want. As you're ready, pour into that right foot, lock in on your dristi. Establish that lower body first, then add your arms. So arms can be in cactus, they can be in straight up, they could be down, but let the arms come into this balanced posture this time. Find your breath. Keep going. We're halfway there. 3 more breaths. We're almost there. You're doing a great job. Excellent. Exhaling out of your arms, stepping out of tree. That was 1 full minute plus a little bit. Circle the ankle, circle the knee, circle that hip, reverse it. Ankles and knees need to be flexible as well. Shake it out. Now, feet wider than hip distance, circling it out. Notice the difference of the left hip to the right hip. And then reverse it, other way, circle it out. Okay, coming back into mountain pose. Preparing for the other side. As you're ready, engage your pelvic floor, pour into that left foot. Find where tree supports you. Add your arms. Find your breath, lock it in. Pelvic floor comes in. Find it. Three more breaths. We're almost there. Find your breath. And last one. Out of your arms. Step out of your tree. Shake it out. And if you didn't make it, I didn't make the whole time. It's okay. Part of growing is coming out of it, going back into it. Circle that ankle around. Circle the knee. Big circles in the hips. Feet wider than hip distance. Circle it around. How does it feel different? Just notice. Now, in this process, find yourself coming to the front end of your mat. Coming feet hip distance apart. Hands are down. Engage that pelvic floor. Inhaling the hands up overhead. Exhale, swan dive forward, let the hands land on either side of your feet and step all the way back into downward facing dog. Okay, walk through your dog if you need to, and then find full expression of dog. Tail is up. Breathe into it. Knees are spinning open to the little toes. Now we're going to go 3 more breaths. Sink into those heels, lift that tail, engage that pelvic floor. As you draw your belly button up to your spine and up to your heart, you'll notice there's a tip in the tail that happens. Last breath. Inhale, lowering down, coming down into tabletop, right where we started. Inhale, dropping down into cow. Exhaling up into cat. Down into cow. Up into cow. One more time, all the way through, down into cow. Up into cat. And then open those knees and sink all the way back into child. Stretching out those quads as you sink back. Sink, 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 sink. Let completely go here. Nothing to work in child's pose. All about surrender. What can you let go of? What can pour out of that thinking mind that no longer serves? Nicely done. On the next inhale, begin to find your way to lying on your back. So, what does that look like in your body? There's no right way to get there. Some people like to do a full vinyasa. Some people, like me, like to just turn over and lie down. And then do whatever you need to do. Close your eyes. It doesn't matter what I'm doing. Do whatever you need to do in your body to get so that you're lying flat on your back. My legs are talking to me today, so I have to just do a little bit of movement in them. And then bring your feet into standing as close as you can get them to your behind. We're headed to bridge. So if you do have a block handy, I don't know if everybody at home has blocks or not, but if you do have a block, place it between your knees, okay? Walk those feet in close, and then without dropping the block, you wanna make sure that your feet are parallel. So you don't want one foot in front of the other one. You wanna make sure that they're walked back, parallel with one another. Engage that pelvic floor, inhale, exhale, and let's just do some pelvic tilts while hanging on to our block. It changes it a little bit. Inhale, drop it down, belly button to the floor. Exhale, keep holding. Inhale, release it out. Exhale, draw it in. So just some little pelvic tilts. This is great if you have any low back anything. It could be low back pain across your hips. Could be low back pain across where the vertebrae are. I have a little bit of stuff happening in my low back, and when I do these, it takes all the pain away. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale out. This time, exhale, draw it in and hold it. And as you inhale, prepare to press through your feet and lift up into bridge on the exhale. You can bring your glutes in if you want. You may not be very high off the floor. I'm not because, wow, hello, this is killing me. So lifting up, hanging on to that block. No looking if you're up. You want your neck to always be straight. Looks good. Hang on to that. There you go. Looking good. Keep breathing. Lock into your breath. Oh, there it is. Imagine that I'm coming around and just touching you right behind your low back, high hips. Very good. And I'm just saying, what would it feel like to honor the body? Lift here. Lift here. The spine is a physics thing. What goes down comes up. So as you draw down through the belly button, then the pelvic floor will lift up. It's physics. That whole idea of what goes down comes up. 2 more breaths. You guys are doing a great job. We'll walk around some more. Inhale, exhale, lower down 1 vertebrae at a time. Close your eyes. Drop in. Release those knees. Gently begin rocking side to side. So our legs did a lot of work today. Just give them a break here. Rocking side to side. Keeping that right leg in, letting the left leg go down. Draw that right knee in. Release it out. Draw it in. Release it out. Now let's make the left leg active. Press through the heel. Now draw the knee in. So you have this little bit of counterpose happening in the pelvis where you're lengthening through the left heel and you're drawing the right knee in. Nicely done. 2 more. Last one. Bring that left knee up to meet the right knee. 2 little side to sides. Feeling the difference. And then lengthen through the right leg. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, release it out. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, release it out. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, remember to lengthen through that right heel. Drawing that knee. Feel that when you lengthen through the heel and you draw through the knee, there's almost like this opportunity for the muscles to balance in the pelvis. Nicely done. Exhale, draw it in. Inhale, release it out. Draw that right leg in to meet the left one. Gently rock it side to side. Yes. And then allow the feet to come back down to standing, but make them the width of the mat. Now, I always have to wiggle around a little bit when I do this because I want to be flat on the floor. Open those hands into a T position. Take a nice deep breath in. Roll that back to the floor. So belly button comes down, pelvic floor is down. Take a nice deep breath in. Let everything go except the pelvic floor. And exhale, let the knees lower to the right. Look to the left. This will stretch the left quadricep also. Feel the lengthening through that top of that thigh. Those are the quads from the knee to your hip. Very important to keep these stretched and loose, flexible. This is a big part of our strength of having our legs underneath us. Being able to stand on our own 2 feet. Breathing into it. Find your breath. Inhaling, bringing your nose back to the center. Exhale. Inhale, bringing those knees back to center. Exhaling them the other direction. Okay, drop that nose to the right hand. So the knees are going to the left, the nose is going to the right. Knees and nose. Twisting it out, find your breath. Feeling the body beginning to cool. Feeling that internal vibration beginning to calm. Finding the breath, engaging the pelvic floor. Feeling the opening through the top of the right leg, the quad. Nicely done. 2 more breaths. Inhaling, bringing the head back to center. Bring those knees back up. Now check in with your body. Oh, great body. Is there anything else I need today? If not, lengthen through those legs and drop the feet open. Bring the hands in next to you. It's cool enough that if you need a blanket to cover up for Shavasana, now would be the time to get that. And as you prepare for Shavasana and set yourself up, feel those feet drop open. Feel the core let go. Feel the breath grow shallow and the eyes grow heavy. 6 thoughts to live by. Stay in present time. Make no judgments. Have no expectations. Give up the need to know. Choose things that empower you. Always be grateful. And gently begin to wiggle your fingers and wiggle your toes. And as you're ready to come back, roll to your side, bring your breath into this. And when you're ready, you can come back to easy pose. Bringing your hands to your heart. We'll end with one Om today. So nice deep breath into Om. Namaste.